Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's trade of the day, Thursday evening, afternoon, Zoom edition, Friday morning for Craig and me, depending on where you are in the world. So the markets have been slowly consolidating and boring this week. So that's been frustrating. We do have Chairman Powell of the Fed speaking about 14 hours from now. So that'll be 10 p.m. my time and about 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. So we'll see if he talks about or alludes to rate reductions, which would help all the markets overall, including crypto. I'm loath to emphasize TradFi events, but regrettably they do affect our space, so can't avoid them. Let me go to my screen share. I'm going to show you a little thing on Twitter. This is a creator I've talked about from time to time, Kyle Chasse. And whenever you're down in the dumps and bummed about crypto, it's going against you. This is the guy for your pick me up. This Kyle Chasse, and the what he did 4 hours ago is people forget too quickly. We're approaching the part of the cycle where altcoins do double digit gains daily, and there's going to be froth in the market. It's going to be crazy. This guy is super bullish all the time, so he's my crypto pick me up when I'm a little down in the dumps over the markets. So he says, get ready for it and control your emotions. So that's one of the hardest things to do in trading, I found, is to control the emotional part. I hear that. I heard it a million times. I blew it off every time, but it's the truth. So you can, if on your hodls, you can hold and not be too bummed out. I find that's useful. A different mindset's required, I think, for day trading and short-term swings, but if it goes against you, work your plan. If you have to take a loss or be stuck for a while, so be it. That's just part of the game that we play. So that's my little pick me up for the weekend. Okay, I'm on Bitcoin now, the day chart, and trending up a little bit. We did break through 60K, so that's good news. We were down in the 50s for a few days. I'm not sure if it's going to hold. Guess tomorrow's events will have a lot to do with that. On Ethereum, we're still holding 2,500 as support. It's been really tight between about 2,750 and 2,550. This little range we've been stuck in on Ethereum. But we've got a mixture. If you look at my coin list, got some red, some green, but nothing that big. So again, just sideways action, waiting for something to happen. Kind of annoying. But my day trading's gone pretty well because there's been a lot of 1% and 2% moves, and we get this action. That's good for day trading. Any questions or comments about the markets overall before we go to Altcoin Alert, try to find some trades? All right, let's do it. So I'm on the Altcoin Alert, got the altcoin radar selected. Going to reload, get the most current information. The first sort I usually do is the AA score sort. So one over here, farthest to the right. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to give me the values in reverse chronological order. And I looked at some of these others that I don't usually look at, Moog and Pepe and Bonk, and because they're not always on exchanges I want to be on, but Bonk, I believe, is a base product, so it's on Coinbase. So why not put it in the 15-minute layout and see what happens? So this is my day trading layout, 15-minute chart. Got the supply and demand visible range, Lux Algo indicator showing me support and resistance for this time frame. Using the RTI, the relative trend index, for entries and alerts, and the cumulative delta for confirmation on something trend-based. So you just got a little bump on Bonk. This is one of those meme coins. It's either on Base or Solana. I don't remember which one. And currently at 1913. It's got a bazillion zeros in front of it. But these coins can take off. So at the moment, we're in the red zone. We're at resistance. So I don't like it for an entry at the moment. If you go to our RTI, when it broke below 20 a couple days ago, it did make a nice recovery. But I think a lot of the coins did. Could have gotten here, and the red zone would have been about 4%. And sorry, I made an inadvertent click. So this would have been the entry, a little dip, and then up to 3.5%, another dip, and then you hit your red zone here about 21 hours later, 4%. That's a good day trade. If you can pile up 1, 2, 3, 4% with some frequency, you can grow your balance pretty quickly. But we don't have that scenario at the moment. So if you want to catch this one on a retrace, set the alert here on the RTI. Add an alert. Going to cross up on the 20. You can set a separate alert for the 50 if you want. We'll look at the 20 for now. AA score, that's what I usually use, the information source for the alert name. And notifications, I'm notifying my app on my phone. Toast notification, this will be a little blip on the computer screen here on my laptop, and play a sound also on my laptop. That'll let me know when bonk has hit the RTI setting I'm looking for. Click create and you're good to go. So that's on the 20. That's this lower value down here. This mid value, 50, you can just create another one, do the same thing, and choose 50 instead of 20. You'll have two different potential entries. On the 50, I would go ahead and look at the cumulative delta to confirm that trend. And then finally, if you, I don't know if bonk is something you can short, trade both directions, both long and short. Instead of crossing up, you can choose entering a channel, go 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. And once per bar close, we'll leave it on all day until you turn it off. And then it'll create this rectangle you see here with the dotted lines. So if it breaks above 80 like this and dips down, that alert will go off. If it breaks below 20 like this and goes up, that alert will also go off. And that's how I do most of my alerts on my day trading. Okay, any questions on bonk as a day trade? Okay, let's go to my 1 hour layout for a short-term swing trading. And we're at the red zone for that as well. So don't like this as an entry. I should go over my indicators here. I've got the same support and resistance indicator. I've got the SuperTrend for entries. It's the buy and the sell you see here. It's alert, very alert friendly. Then the Trendilo LSMA, which is a moving average, and then I use that for confirmation on the trend. So, you know, this entry here, this buy entry was a really good one that went off. It's like right about here. And didn't quite make it to the red zone. It dipped again, maybe do an additional purchase, and then head up here, pick up that 5%. I'm usually looking for closer to 10% on my swing trades, and I was disappointed in some of these meme coins. I thought they would move more, but they're really not. I think the whole market's in consolidation mode. So let's go to the 4-hour chart to see if we can find some retraces that are a little more aggressive, and we do. We've got, go back here to late July, you know, we're up to 2,900. That's a pretty big move from where we are now. So if you want to stay in longer, you know, you've got resistance here at about 14%. And then the bottom of the red zone, you know, you're at 50%. So that's kind of amazing. You've got some additional resistance here, you know, at around 29%, some more here, you know, 36%, and then the 50 up here to the red zone. But bear in mind that might take you, you know, close to a month to get that far if it does make that move. Okay, so the alert on this is pretty easy. We're actually in a buy now on the 4-hour charts. If you want to take that longer trade, not financial advice, but you might want to get in now. But bear in mind, this is a meme coin. This could do anything. And then maybe hold some funds back, to get in again around this 20% area if it dips down. But anyway, here's how you do an alert on the SuperTrend. Right click. And if you want to trade both directions, you can leave it on direction change. But we're going to click on buy for a long. If you want to short it, you can click on sell. I think most of us are going to be trading this on spot on Coinbase, so we're going to choose the buy. And then notifications, basically the same. I usually choose a different sound. Might go with handbell usually use handbell for my swing trades. That's how you do that. So any questions on bonk as a swing? Okay, so let's go to Altcoin Alert again and do a different sort. Find a different coin to look at, sort by social activity, match it up with trading activity. And looking for fire and thumbs up on these. Moon River. Tron, this one's been interesting lately. It's over 15 cents. Tron's doing something different. They're upgrading their chain to process Tether coins quickly. I've used Tron to send and receive Tether, and that's really the only use I've ever had for it, but I guess they're ramping that up even more. Tether printed another billion tokens, and a lot of them were on Tron. So that probably has something to do with its trending up. So yeah, we got fire and fire on both social activity and trading activity. So I think that's worth a look. We looked at this last week. I don't remember. Let's go back to my day trading layout. My internet's not quite as good here, but passable so far. Okay, 15-minute layout. Came out of the green zone later than some of the other coins did. That broke out of the 20 right about here, and then caught a spike to the red zone almost. If you went all the way to the red zone based on this resistance, you might still be in that trade. If you were a little more conservative and went down here around 6-7%, you would have caught this wick and been out. That would have been a really good day trade. Otherwise, you'd still be in it and you'd be up, 1.7%. Not bad, but not great. But at the moment, we are kind of in the middle zone. Seems to be the theme of the day. Haven't hit the 80 yet. Broke above the 50 here. Then went sideways. I think I would want to dip below the 20 on this if I was going to trade it. So that's going to be this alert. Right click, crossing up on the 20, and you know the rest. Not a coin I usually trade as a day trade, but it has been moving lately. Okay, on the 1-hour layout for a swing. We've got a dip, a buy, printing right here, and then mostly gone sideways. If you bought it now, got about 5% move, it retraces. Not bad. I'd only want to be in this trade for a couple days at the most if I'm going for 5%. So again, you can right click on the SuperTrend and set that alert as a buy. I would probably leave it on only once, and then you know the rest. So, okay, any questions on Tron as a day or swing trade? All right, so that was the social activity sort. We've done an AA score sort. And let's do a short-term sentiment sort. It's pretty similar to social activity. I'm going to match up short-term with Elder Impulse hourly. So these are shorter time frames, but I have gotten good trades out of them before. So let's see if we have any matches. We don't have that many. We're only showing 19 bullish on each of these. XMR, that's interesting. That's an older project. It's bullish on both short-term and long-term. That might be the one to look at. Yeah, let's check that out. XMR. So let's go to my list. I thought it was on it, but it's not. Let's see where we can find it. It's on Kraken. I think it was on Coinbase at one time. They may have kicked it off. All right, so we're on Kraken now, 15-minute layout. Had a nice movement from Wednesday morning. Break above the RTI occurred here. And the red zone would have been about 5.5%. And we would have achieved that a little over a day later. A little bit longer than I would like to be on a day trade, but still a pretty good result. So, and then this one is an older project. You can short it if you trade like that on a foreign exchange. So if it dips below 80, I don't know. Actually, it's been a little risky on the dips below 80. Yeah, it's only gone down about 1%. I'm usually looking for 1 to 1.5% on my day trades, but I'm trading on leverage on 10x usually, 5x sometimes. But for those of you who are just learning how to trade like this and trading spot, you won't be shorting anything, but you may want to keep that in mind for the future, that this indicator, this RTI, when something breaks above the 80 and then dips back down, that could be an entry for a short. But for a long on this, I'm going to wait for the RTI probably to break down below 20 again. Quick review on that alert. Crossing up on the RTI. 20 on the value. Once per bar close, we'll leave it on until you turn it off. And this is a short-term sentiment sort. And the rest, is the same notifications. Okay, so that's XMR as a day trade. As a swing, let's go to the swing layout on the hour chart. And we'll look at we are in the red zone now. So I don't like this entry for a long. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. And we're pretty close. We have this one candle that spiked up here to 173. If I'm liking this. You'd be taking a trade in the red zone, hoping to go up a little higher in the red zone. Yeah, I don't like this as a swing at all. Day chart, maybe. Same thing. This is we're towards an all-time high. Not maybe an all-time high, but yeah, certainly a recent high. If I go to the week chart, you get some pretty good action here around 250, but that was way back in May of 2022. So it's a long time ago. I don't almost never go back more than a day, more than the day chart retraces. So I'm going to discourage this one. Now, if it breaks above this, the red zone here, say around 185 or so, and holds that and trends up, then you might want to take that one. But for now, I wouldn't do this one as a swing. The day trade option was better. Okay, any questions on XMR? Hey, you guys are pretty quiet. We're zipping along. We'll do one more on Altcoin Alert. We'll do a long-term sentiment sort. And instead of bullish, I'm going to look for bearish. You can still trade this sort long. So I'm going to look at it for both long and short perspective because we like our retraces. I'm going to match up long-term sentiment with Elder Impulse Daily. So what people are talking about online matched up with technical indicator and see what we can do with that. Swissborg, Aragon. That's about it on the short side. It's been a while since I traded Ant. But we'll check that out. That can be our short for the weekend. Let's see if that one's in my list. Let's see where it is. Okay, it's on Kraken. And if you have access to MEXC, though I hear that one requires KYC now. So we'll look at it for both directions. If you want to trade it long, you probably do that on Kraken. If you want to trade it short, you might have to go to BitGet or MEXC. Yeah, let's go on Kraken and get over to my day trading layout. Sorry for the computer being a little slow. Well, volume's terrible. We don't like this. You see a lot of horizontal lines, especially like this. That means the volume's bad, but for the sake of our purposes, we'll go ahead and I'll look at this on a different exchange. Let's go over to.
It was a pretty scary looking chart to
Yeah,
trade on.
like it at all. Go to BitGet. Yeah.
I would be staying well away from that.
All right, I agree with Craig. This is junk. So let's look for something else. We'll sort long-term long and see if we can find a better pair. Binance, Coin, BNB, and Cardano. BNB's had a nice move lately. Let's look at that.
BNB is a solid coin.
Indeed. All right. So we'll just look at this both directions. So BNB was like, did what a lot of the altcoins did a couple days ago, dip below the 20, then made a really, really nice move out of that. So that break occurred right about here. And then to the red zone, we got 5%. Not sure if the red zone would have been there at the time. Yeah, actually we did have resistance there. So right around 570, give or take. Well, we're at 580 now. So we're in the red zone. Now, this is a potential short because it's coming out of the red zone. It dipped below the 80 on the RTI, though it has bounced back up with this green candle. So you might want to wait a moment or for the next cycle. So you can do that by right-clicking on the RTI. I'm going to trade this both directions, going with entering a channel and 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. I'm going to go with open bar once per bar close. That'll stay on until I turn it off tonight. And this is the long-term sentiment. And notifications, probably just leave this alone. Click create. Yeah, go ahead and put that one on there. So when you create an alert, it should show up over here on your alerts. That's the one I just created. So if it dips below the 80 again, if it breaks above and dips below, that alert will go off. And then I will consider this as or evaluate this as a potential short. Probably I'll be looking for my 1 to 1.5% on 10x leverage, getting out around here. If you want this as a long, you wait till it dips below the 20 and comes back up. The alternative, you can set a separate alert to break above the 50. I bolded this line on my indicator, and then I take the cumulative delta into consideration. So like, let's say we have this break above the 50 here. And then I look down here at the cumulative to see if it's trending up as well. That's my confirmation. So I would have gotten in that trade, assuming I wasn't in on the 20. This is for those who prefer a more established trend before you get in. That back to the red zone from that would have been here, just under 4% in 20 hours. That's a pretty good day trade. So that's my BNB day trade setup. Let's look at this as a swing. This is usually a slower moving coin. So yeah, we're already in the red zone on the hour chart, on the 4-hour. In the red zone there as well, looks like. So I think I go to the hour, wait for the next buy signal, which is probably going to be around here somewhere. It's going to dip down and break back up. Let's say hypothetically it happens here, and then you're looking at maybe a 3.5% move. That's a bit low for me for a swing trade, but you guys got to figure out what kind of profits you're looking to gain. That's an easy alert to set up. Right click on the SuperTrend and choose buy and wait for the next buy signal. I usually choose handbell or a different sound for my swing trades. But that's not enough for me, so I'm not going to take that one. I like it better as a day trade. Any questions on BNB? Okay, any questions on Altcoin Alert overall, or how I use it and some technical indicators to get those better entries? Very well. I will wrap it up here. I appreciate those of you joining me live. If you are watching on the recording, I appreciate you for doing that as well. Oh, got to decline that. Got to call my daughter back. She's never called me during a Zoom call before. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and if you're watching on the recording, check out the opportunity in the pinned comment, and those help support the channel. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on Monday night for you, Tuesday for me. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.